All right, we are about to go live in the Fitty Fitty Facebooks.
Okay, I'll see if I can catch it. Happy
We're
Wednesday, happy hump day deeds.
happy Wednesday, happy hump day to you as well. We're getting everything on board
All right.
and inside the chat. All right, so we are live in the Facebooks. Good morning, Jason. How are you this morning?
I'm good, deeds. Like I said, happy Wednesday. The dogs are going crazy. I don't understand what their deal is, but other than that, life is good, buddy.
That is good. Good to hear. Very good.
How are things with
I
you?
Things are well. This morning was a good morning. Woke up, no issues, pretty much whatsoever, besides being tired. I think I got like seven something hours of sleep last night, which is good. Um, things are well. I got a job done yesterday, Windows and about 15 screens, so that was fun. I know we talked about screens the other day. I was going to go to this lady's house, pull her screens out, the top floor, the bottom floor, but she already had the bottom floors taken out, and she was gone. She was gone for the day, and yesterday and today she's out of town, so couldn't go up and do the top windows. So that was a big pain in the butt. The So I ended up only doing like the very top window, and so I might come back and offer to go inside and just do like those six windows in the front of the house that are had the screens in them. But other than that, I got some use out of the screen cleaner. It was the hottest day or hottest May in a while yesterday. It was 94 degrees. So that was fun, but took about 2.5 hours. Uh, it was a good day. Got to clean some windows. It was nice.
Right
They were
on,
pretty
man. Right
dirty.
on.
Yeah. And water fed pole, so I didn't have to squeegee nothing. So it was a day off. It was all groundwork. So that was fun.
Gotta love that.
Hmm.
We did little work yesterday. We got some stuff on board for today. Um, Spoke to some of our previous clients. They're getting some new screens.
Nice.
And turns out they're going to have us clean their windows again, which is awesome. And last time we didn't do their interiors, so this time we're going to do their interiors, and
Yeah.
that makes us even happier.
Speaking
Um,
speaking of interiors, when I was cleaning them yesterday, the customer had already she told me, she's like, well, I've already done the interiors. That's why she didn't even consider, and that's why she was really hesitant on having me even come in and taking out the 25 total window frame screens. Is because she had quote done them herself. So as I'm cleaning the windows, I'm looking and you can see like the paper towel hand, like the
yeah,
streak of the soap on the inside, and you're like, is that me? Nope, that's inside. That's her problem. She's gonna be pissed when she sees it because they clean the inside windows or they have you do it. But if they clean them, they want to see that beautiful sunrise in the morning. And when she sees that, maybe I'll get the call. You know what? Maybe go ahead and come on through and do my interior windows because they're pretty gnarly. That's what Windex and a paper towel will do. But here in Houston, a lot of my customers, people who can afford window cleaning, some of them have maids or lady cleaning services, and they're
yeah,
notorious. They're good. They're pretty short, so they use step stools to get up high, but they can clean windows, what they say they do, with the Windex paper towel action. And it's always funny because when you see it, they're trying. Somebody's trying, and that's all that
yeah.
matters.
Somebody's putting in the effort, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's why you hire a professional. Make it nice. But a majority of my work is exterior. So I only do about 15 to 25% of my window cleanings are interior included. And I'm really okay with that because it's less, booties having to go in the house, breaking Tiffany lamps, stuff like that. And, it just doubles the time, if you will. It'll double the ticket, and that's great. But I'm more of an exterior man because it's a lot more swifter, if you will. The
Yeah,
screens yesterday regarding those is one thing I did realize is she has really deep sills. So the you actually there's shit that gets trapped behind the screen and then in there. So her water vent pipe things or her vents are clogged with shit. So using I'm gonna go ahead and get the zero sill brush soon because it was so
hmm,
nasty on the bottom sill, and everything on the bottom of that window was just gross, and I had to take like a towel and just wipe it even while I was Waterford pulling the bottoms just because it was so effing nasty. But that
yeah.
sill brush would have broke up a lot of that, so I'm gonna look into that this week and get one shipped out. But yeah, the Waterford pulled everything yesterday, and it was I cleaned her windows maybe 2 years ago, so she skipped last year. Um, and they were pretty gnarly, but they came out awesome with the water-fed pole and the zero brush. So
Right
guys
on.
who are sleeping on the water-fed pole and brushes, look into it. It works. But what do you got lined up for today?
Um, So we're going out to a client's house. It's about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes away. Nice big two-story,
Nice.
exterior only. I'll go out, say hey, um, probably pass out some flyers real quick. I'll likely just have Billy bang it out.
Nice.
I have a 8:30 meeting. A client of mine, I mentioned to you earlier this week, she was in ad sales for quite some time, and she's been a big supporter of me. And she'd asked me in the past if I'd be interested in doing some ads in her magazines and this and that. And
Everyone has ads.
yeah,
Ads are yeah. Go ahead. But yeah,
um,
ads in the magazine. That's cool.
so I, she sent me a text, and from my understanding, she purchased a publication. So,
Nice.
I don't know. Maybe I misunderstood the text, but I'm really excited to take a meeting with her. We're gonna go have some coffee this morning, chop it up, find out exactly what it is that she's doing. Um, and like I said, she's been a big supporter of mine. So if she asked me to do something, I'll take a meeting with her.
Hell yeah.
Um, she was one of the people that I mentioned about being on prepay in the past. She's about to be a grandma for the first time too. So there's all sorts of exciting
Awesome.
things going on for her. And I'm excited to tell her about my trip, dude.
Hell yeah. It's a big
Because
trip. It's a cool trip.
she's one of the people who helped me plan a trip to the huge and helped me get that taken care of.
Awesome.
When I was stressing about money, she she knew it was up, and she was on board. And to have clients like that treat you like family and that understand what it is that you're trying to accomplish,
Hmm.
they're the ones that you want to hold on to and keep and cherish because they kick ass. So,
Hell yeah.
uh, Kim
You need
Bailey,
to,
I'll see you here in a little bit.
yeah, you need to get Audible, or one of those library passes. Listen to a pumpkin plan, Mike McAllowitz. It's all about, of your 100 customers, you have 20 customers that are awesome, and then 80 that are, you need to get rid of those 80 and deal with those 20, and then
Double up the 20.
double up the 20 and just turn the 20, like your friend Kim. She's one of your 20. She's a
Yep,
great friend, customer, client, whatever. Um,
absolutely.
you need to find more Kims. So that's where it's at. Good luck with the meeting, and hopefully she can help you like she helped you with the huge, and get you pointed in the right direction, and get your compass going, and throw some ideas at you, and that'll be cool. Good luck.
Yeah, man, I'm excited about that. Yesterday, I had a meeting with Kaylee from Zero. She
Nice.
was super helpful. Um, got a little more of the plot and the plan and the route organized. I kind of wanted to, as I mentioned to you before, I kind of wanted to keep it a little bit loose and not
Hmm.
not so timed out.
You can't
But
have
in
it
some
super precise, but it has
Yeah,
to be.
but
Yeah.
in some aspects, there has to be some kind of a plan, right? And
Yeah.
so that's what I'm going through and figuring out, and that's what we're doing, And I've picked the cities, and I got my hotel for DC. I know now that I will be stopping in Philly on my way to DC, so that's fun.
Cool.
Yeah, and figured out where I'm going to go in Carolina. I've reached out to a couple window cleaners. I had a great conversation. I looked up some window cleaners in Asheville, North Carolina, where I'm
Hmm.
going to pop in and visit one of my uncles. And
Nice.
so I started talking with this cleaner, and he doesn't really belong in any, or not. He's not in pro window cleaning, so he doesn't
Sure.
know about
He
any of
belongs
this.
there. He's just not a member there yet.
Absolutely. So that's what I meant to say.
I know.
So
You're good.
talking with James yesterday, I let him know what my plan and purpose was with this trip, what I'm doing it for, and kind of a little bit about myself. And
Nice.
so I started to hear a little bit about his story and what he's up to. And he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm good to go. Let's, rock out while you're out here." So that was cool. I just basically cold called another window cleaner and let him know it was popping, and it turned out to be a really good phone call. So I'm glad that went down that way.
Excuse me. You're going to need either a vinyl sticker detail. I think I see in your future vinyl stickers on the windows is probably one of the easiest, cheapest, non-cosmetically damaging ways to advertise your drive and shit.
Yeah.
Because you can put, a QR code with your Instagram or QR code with a link to window cleaner, anything pretty much for that
Yeah.
matter, but a QR code. So talk to Jill, get with the print department and get them vinyl letter ideas, get them printed and in your hand. So when you land, you can get them, or they should have them there, but you can stick them on your vehicle and they can direct, if when you stop or see a guy cleaning a window, you can be like, bust a bitch, and you turn around and go talk to him. You can give them out a card too. So have them print out cards of what you're doing and shit. And just like
Yeah.
be able to blanket people, like flip a card at them, like that magician on Fremont Street who threw that card at me.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
That was hilarious. Me and Jason are walking down the strip, and I'm drinking a beer, and it's like, shit, don't make eye contact with the guy in the circle. He's gonna want money. So I made eye contact with the guy from the circle, and he was a good 25 feet away from me. And he's like, magic tricks. Well, I'm David Blaine, and he fucking threw a card, and it flew like hit me right in the stomach. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, good job, but I didn't pick it up. You just keep walking, guys. He got me. He tagged me from 25, 30 feet away. What I thought was funny, in my head, I was thinking, there ain't no fucking way he's going to hit me. But what I should have been thinking is, I better try and catch this card. But I didn't think it. But yeah, those Vegas guys are pretty good. Even from 20 something feet, he very impressive. But I didn't give him $20 and I didn't pick up the card. But
No.
very neat story. Don't make eye contact.
Yeah, if you do, you end up like Steve-O with that gal wrapped around his head.
But yeah, but that's a good place to be though. It's better than
Having a gal wrapped around your head.
some fentanyl addicted guy throwing perfectly good trading cards at your face. That's awesome. That's cool though, but not as cool as that. Uh, but yeah, I digress. Be careful,
Yeah.
guys. Watch out for magicians.
What do you got going on this week?
Uh, this morning, 10 o'clock, I've got my son's daycare, preschool, pre-K. He's 5 now, so he's graduating. He went to Bear Creek, a school from like age 18 months until now, so for like 5 years. So
Yeah.
have all my other kids have. So we're like legacy kids. We've been going there for years, but this is his last year, his last week,
And
his
your
next
last
week.
kid there?
My last kid there, so it's my last experience to go see him. Get a little happy diploma and a smile on a stage and in the chapel, and it's really nice. So it's hopefully I'll be doing that today and not super busy, but just doing office work, stuck in the chair, 8 to 4, 8 to 3 this week. But I'm chipping away at some jobs. I uh, finished one yesterday. Going to start a big one today and just knock out some services, depending on the weather and stuff. We've got a major heat wave coming through, so it's going to be today high in 94, which really sucks. Really sucks because it's going to be 94, 95, 94, 95 for the rest of the week. And normally it's like 85, 83, and that's perfect compared with 94. So after this coffee is done, I'm going to be hydrating, just drinking a lot of water today because I'll be pool decking and patio and driveway in or windows and gutters somewhere else. So basically, I got to feel out what the rest of my week looks like. Got my mom blowing into town on Saturday, so that's fun, really cool.
That's cool. My mom's coming into town on Saturday too.
Neat,
And
cool.
and and my
And
4-year old is graduating from her preschool thing coming up very soon as well. So
neat.
that's pretty wild. My we got a little, she did a cap and gown and they put stickers on them and did all this other
Hmm,
stuff.
that's
Um
cute. That's awesome.
yeah, and they sent us home with this little like plaque that has like this poem in it and it's about little kids growing up and I'm like, "Oh man, is
Memory
this little
box.
yeah,
Yeah.
is this little freaking um thank you card from the school trying to make me cry? Like I can't believe like dude, I'm not one of those parents, am I? Like
Yeah.
I guess maybe I am. Come on,
We're,
Fred, go lay
we're
down.
getting older. We are getting older, and so are the kids. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Time flies. So pretty flowers, by the way. You
Oh,
did
thank
well.
you. Yeah, well, they're just decoration. Not real, but
Oh,
they look all right.
they do look all right. They're good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a tackle box. One of my customers is like, "You fish?" I'm like, "I used to." I've got kids now, so pretty much know. But I got a whole bunch of fly fishing gear and then a bunch of saltwater and freshwater tackle. So I'm going to be going to Surfside, which is similar to Galveston, Texas beach wise, at the end of this month. So I'm going to buy a saltwater reel and a rod, and I've got a bunch of shit. So I'm gonna go fishing. Mike Nichols is out on the beach and he's cutting it up. So he's inspired me to go buy some mullet and go shore fishing for some shark or something tasty like some mackerel or red snapper or something. Probably catch a
Nice.
kid. I'll get a kid on the hook and have to fucking deal
Or
with
a
that and
diaper.
paperwork. Or a diaper or some coral or some endangered dolphin or something if I'm not lucky. So my wife's like, that's cool. I'm like, no, it's not. Because dolphins, they will fight back and they will bite you. I'm like, this is the size of the gripper. So if I get a shark, I go halfway in and pull that fucker out. So, but I'm joking. I've seen a guy while we were at the beach last year who caught like three small shark, and by small I mean 3 feet.
That's
So
still
there's
too
always
big.
that. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want a shark. I want to eat whatever I catch. I don't want to, I don't want shark fin soup or nothing.
Yeah.
Speaking of shark fin soup, my TV took a crap yesterday.
Yeah. You
I've got a
mentioned that. That blows.
yeah, I got a 70-inch TV that blows putting up on the wall, believe me. And basically, the logic board took a shit, so it turns off after 20 seconds. So I called the helpline. Hello, can I help you? And they helped me by allowing me to just give the TV back, and they're going to give me store credit. And I'm really
Nice.
excited because I paid a lot of money in 2021 for the TV. Not a lot, but more than it's worth now.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited to walk into Best Buy with this giant ass TV, throw it on the counter, and going to buy a new one.
Get a
So
bigger one for less money and have money credit left
well, no,
over.
I can't get anything bigger than what I've got. The
Oh,
exact mount, I've got like
yeah.
1 inch of leeway. So there's like black paint like scraped on the fucking ceiling just for me trying to get it on the wall. It was big. So no more bigger. The cool part is it goes from 46 pounds down to 35 for the ones that I'm looking at. So,
Yeah.
at least in the last 4 year technology, they've slimmed it down and got it lighter. So just
Right
like
on.
the Waterford poles, they get lighter and lighter as the years go by and safer.
Sweet. I'm gonna grab Fred something because he's driving me
Yeah, get
nuts.
them a bone.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about saltwater tackle. Okay, when you're fishing in the ocean, mullet. All right, get yourself a good 7 inch mullet. You catch it, you cut it into chunks, little baby chunks, little steaks. You put it on your hook, you throw it out there past the sandbar into the trough, and you
Oh my
wait.
Lord. I
Welcome back.
apologize. Should
No,
know
that's
better by
fine.
now. I mean,
I was
this
telling him
is
how to
what,
catch. Yeah,
episode 30 or something?
29 maybe,
29 maybe. And
29,
I've
30.
known that the dog does this every morning, but for some reason I forgot to get him his bone again. He drives
He's
me
gonna
like,
remind you. He'll remind you. Don't worry about it.
oh my God, bro. He's
Mm-hmm.
obnoxious sometimes.
Man, my son Henry is. Can I ask you a question? Can I
Sure.
ask you a question? Because that's my son. That's what he
Oh.
does. Exactly. Like, yeah, buddy. Uh huh. Can I ask you? Yeah, you don't have to ask
Oh,
me. Can you? So that's his fun tick. He's cute. He asks a lot of questions, gets a lot of answers.
oh, that's funny.
It is.
So,
It's good.
so yeah, we we took care of some stuff this week work wise. We have some decent stuff left on the schedule.
Cool.
Um, I'm excited to continue planning for this trip. I placed an order yesterday for WCR. I got a new 18-inch handy sleeve because I was doggy dicking on one of my old ones.
Wolf.
Um, I was still using an old button snap one that I had from, I don't know, 2, 3 years ago.
Yep.
And the fray finally poked out. So I literally, we call it doggy dicking. I don't know what you guys call it. When you're
That's a good way to do it.
when your metal T bar pokes out the sleeve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a funny story about that. That was about the when I was at a bartender. But I won't tell the story here. It's really gross. But doggy dicking has something to do with that story. Yeah, you want to take care of that because you don't want to nick things or mess anything up.
Yeah, so I placed that order yesterday. Makers was on sale for 10% off, so I grabbed a
Always
couple of
good.
that.
Hmm.
Um, grabbed some new Maker track brushes because Fred ate my other ones, and the ones I got from Home Depot suck.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I
I
always have
did
like
that.
two or three in the truck. In
Yeah,
different
I,
fucking compartments, so I can just pull that out.
I have some, but I went to go use it Monday on um, that client Kelly's house, who I told you I was her enrollment counselor when she was at University of Phoenix.
Hmm.
Um, and they're the ones I had just sucked. The tips got all bent and mushed together, and it just it was a pain in the ass. So I know the
Sure.
Maker ones are good, so I just said screw it. I might as well just get a couple more. Did that.
Nice.
Dude, I went to that gal's house and I was gonna do an interview or a recording with her because our story, just in general, is pretty wild. The like how she was in New Jersey and now she's in Arizona and her kids graduated and now she's a counselor at GCU. So I wanted to have a conversation with her and get it on tape. But unfortunately the time didn't allow it. plus she had her parents in town from New Jersey. Her husband was at at home at work, and so everybody wanted to talk while I'm cleaning a 22 piece like 1,800 square foot house that should take me like, I don't know, 90 minutes or something tops. Took me like 2.5 hours or something. It was way longer than I would have expected at all.
Hmm.
But we got it done, and it was good to see her.
Cool.
Um, Billy took care of high tide as as necessary, and got that all squared away. Um, and he got the towers in on Monday, so it's been a pretty solid week so far. Um, obviously, it always can be a little crazier or higher when it comes to income, but the income part has never been why I do this. I mean, we make good money, but
Hmm.
I never started cleaning windows to think like, oh, I'm gonna get rich or I'm gonna make a shit ton of money or this or that. Um, I've always been the kind of guy where it's like God provides for me, and no matter what, I'm probably never going to be given excess
Hmm.
because of just me and my lifestyle, my relationship with God, and I've just been like I've always thought like I'm never going to be given something that I need more than. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
I've kind of like come accustomed to it. Like I'm
Well,
not.
you've built your lifestyle around your lifestyle,
Yeah,
and you're comfortable and you're happy.
yeah. That's pretty much it, man. Like I know what I need. Um, I know what our family needs and how we can accomplish it. And yeah, sometimes we have great weeks and great months, but I just know that in the end I'll be all right. You know what I mean?
Yes, and that's awesome. And I'm kind of the same way, except for I've got bills, higher ones. I'm just kidding. That have been higher over the past couple of years that have like crept up, like healthcare bullshit. So I'm
Yeah,
like, yeah. So my old stressor is being able to get the job done, because each month I've got to make a nut as everybody else does.
yeah,
But yeah, mine just goes a little higher, a little higher, a little higher. My wife's business thing is doing well or doing good, so that's awesome. So over the course of the next couple of months, hopefully she
hopefully
can get,
relieve a
yeah,
little
can
stress.
relieve a little bit more pressure. But as far as that else, I've got to stay busy and be busy to make the month, if you will. And so far I'm doing okay, but just got to find the time, like I was saying. Just got to make sure I've got a few days off a week, and I just pushing for that. But yeah, things are good. I keep landing jobs, sending out estimates, and just got to find the time to do them. You know, uh, but and you're same in your case where I don't advertise. I'm not looking for to be extremely busy because I appreciate the time with the family,
Yeah,
appreciate the downtime because we don't live to work. We work to live for the most part.
yeah,
My family's comfortable. We have what we need. Uh, More is always better, but that would mean less time with the kids. So I guess I'm juggling like everyone else, trying to find time.
prioritize and
Prioritize.
get
Yeah,
everything the way you want it. I
yeah,
saw you interacting with somebody in the rooms yesterday, and it's funny because the gentleman, I can't remember his name now, but he basically was asking, how do you guys do it? Like juggling, rescheduling after rain and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, I feel like we just had this conversation on Monday.
yeah.
And it happens. And your response was solid. I think,
Well,
I
thank you.
basically, I chimed in because I'm like, man, I know we just talked about this on Monday. And I feel like as long as you have a steady and open line of communication with your clients, regardless if they're a first time client or a 5, 6, 7, 8 year client,
Mhm.
if you've established that line of communication and expectation, you're
You're
pretty
okay.
good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's not much that you can do to really piss off somebody whose house you're gonna clean their windows. I mean, it's not life or death. You know what I mean? It's not like we.
Well, I've got life or death. Somebody has a celebration of life coming up, like the 22nd. So
That may
I've
be
got
life
6 days.
or death, but
That's a life or death situation with breakfast provided, late brunch. But but yeah, you're right. I mean, other than people who have real estate guy, well, I've got the photographer coming in the morning. Can you clean the windows before he gets there? It's like, Jesus, lady, like, no. But yeah, expectations and communication is key. You're right. So I've already sent the text like, hey, been under the weather the last 3 days. I
Yeah.
can get to you before Tuesday of next week type style. And that's the right for the course. Um, but yeah, things are going well. And yeah, some more about your trip. You're gonna be leaving, going through Philly down to DC to North Carolina. Do you
So
know
I'm
when
gonna
you're gonna
leave.
turn
I'm
left?
gonna leave Jersey Saturday morning, I believe. And
Hmm.
then on my way down, I'm gonna stop and have some lunch in Philly.
Cool.
I was hoping that I could find some window cleaners or some guys or gals from our
You should
industry to
do a
meet up.
meetup, do a poll in the window group, Pat's or Geno's, cheesesteak wise, and
Yeah,
then meet up there at a certain day at a certain time. Call Pat's or call Geno's. I think Geno's is better, but call ahead of time, and maybe they'll let you like clean their 7 windows they have, and then you can do a meetup like everybody meets up and eat cheesesteak.
yeah,
Just a
man.
thought,
No,
but
that is definitely something that I that I'm getting in order. And I, to be honest, I thought it'd be hilarious to get a tank up the Rocky Steps.
mm,
I think it would be fucking hilarious.
hell's yeah, would Rocky
So
Rocky trunks are cheap. They're like 20 bucks on Amazon. Get them on and run it up. Pay some
yeah,
homeless guy to run with your phone to record it and not run away
right.
because
So
he'd
I'm
have the
looking.
energy, right?
I mean, I have the energy. I hope to get up the steps. I don't
Well,
know
the
how.
filming guy, the guy walking
Yeah.
backwards trying to film you,
Dun, 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 dun.
that'd be a cool. You got to get that shot
Somebody
now.
somebody asked the other day in the rooms if your week had a theme song, what would it be? And I think I chose that Rocky song, and that was like 2 weeks ago. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun,
Yeah, I have the tiger.
dun-dun-dun-dun. No, not that one. It was
I
I forget the name of this
you
one.
rock me all night long, baby. Oh, cherry baby. No, it's not that one either.
It's definitely not
That's
that
the
one.
Rocky theme. No, it's good. Not Cherry. Cherry Cherry by Neil Diamond. No.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Not my theme song of the
Not
week.
wrong Rocky. Rocky
Wrong
Dennis.
rock.
He's from the movie The Mask, right? With
Yes.
yes, that was a good
Share.
one. Yeah, with
Did
Cher.
not see it, but I know who it is.
Yeah, Cher.
Um,
Moonstruck.
back to
Mermaid.
the back to that trip though. So Saturday lunch somewhere in Philly,
Yep.
DC Saturday night. I'll leave probably some point Monday. Um, and I don't know Monday day, Monday evening,
Have you
but the
ever been to
goal
DC?
I have not.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that as well. And then whenever I leave, I'm going to North Carolina. There's a couple stops in North Carolina. Um, yeah, I mean, that's the first leg. I'm really excited, like I said, to get to see how other people, you know, see their rigs, see how they work, see what they do. I mean,
Sure.
I've been a residential cleaner for over 20 years. I've been doing this on a consistent basis um, for 15 years. And, there's a lot I've seen, but there's a shit ton that I haven't seen.
Sure.
And everybody has a different way of doing it. And I really can't wait to see how other people do things, man. And,
Heck yeah.
like you and I have had the luxury and opportunity to spend some actual time together and get to know one another and share some stories. And even in the brief couple days that we got to spend together, and now it's been expanded. We do this thing in the morning, so we share stories frequently. um but I really just want to get to meet people, man. Find out what got them in this business, in this industry. And
Yep.
even I got a better question, bro. Like, what's keeping you here? Is it money? Is it that you don't know what else to do? Is it
It's
that
the
you love it?
babes. The babes, dude. You get all the ladies that love window cleaners. No, it's the money. It's the
Hmm.
money. It's not the babes.
Hmm.
I'd say this like
Chicks dig brass.
James, yeah, big brass channels. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
See
that's
those
the
big
case either.
channels? No. But yeah, it'll be nice.
While we're rolling around with the standard issue 6 inch.
Yes. Yes. Rolling around in your six, yeah, all that stuff. But
Standard
yeah, that should
issue.
be an awesome trip. Awesome trip. I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited as hell for you. That's really awesome. And yeah, more your map. I mean, you're hopefully we'll find some guys in the towns and shit you're going into. You can meet up, have coffee, clean some windows, and set it up that way.
Yeah, there's been some good response in regards to the North Carolina stuff.
Cool,
And like I said, I'm happy that I did find somebody in Asheville for sure. There's another gentleman that said he's I want to say he said Gatlinburg or something like that.
cool.
Um, but I originally was going to go to through Raleigh or Durham, but and I'm not sure if I'm going still through that way or not. But that I won't be stopping there. I'll be going more towards Charlotte, that
Mhm.
area, um, and then over to Asheville, and then from Asheville, I think I'm going. Uh, Fudge. Where the hell am I going?
Are you hitting Myrtle
Uh,
Beach?
no, I'm not. But that's funny because my friend Chad G out in Mesa asked me too, "Are you hitting Myrtle Beach?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not going that far south."
Mm,
After Asheville, I am going. What the fuck is it? To Crossville, Tennessee, and then from
okay,
Crossville to Nashville, and then Nashville to Arkansas, Oklahoma border.
cool,
So that's what the plan is.
neat.
Yeah.
You'll find guys along the way. That'll be cool.
Yeah, and as we continue to do this, and we talk about it a little more and more, I'm going to be hyping it up. I'm going to be hyping it up a little more and more. I'll be posting about it a little more. I
Cool,
think our friends. Hey, Fred, chill. I think our friends at WCR and Zero are going to help spread the word.
cool.
Um, I know that when a guy post in a room, some random named Jason Gulick just throws a post, "Hey, I'm looking for window washers." People are probably like, "Fuck this guy." What
Yeah,
does he know, or what is he doing? Whose ass is he kissing, or something like that? And to be honest, I'll just break it down for reals. I've had this dream for a long time to share stories, and I've been given an opportunity to do it, man. And I'm really looking forward to, like I said, collecting stories from other people, having them let me know all about them, what got them here. And I, I, I really would love to be able to shed some light on some dope ass window cleaners in our industry. And that's
yeah.
really James Rouch. He says, "Go Bills." I hope I pronounced your name right.
The Bills.
Um, Go Bills, Bills Mafia. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
They're my they're
Break some
actually
tables.
they are one of my sleeper
Cool.
teams that I always pull for. I'm a,
Yeah.
I'm an
Well.
Arizona Cardinals fan, but
Yeah.
Broncos and Bills in the AFC are my two squads. So
Nice.
um, so yeah, I'm excited to get started promoting this thing, finding out you know finding out what's out there, dude. I've never really done any trip like this. I've never seen the East Coast. I'm getting a little not scared, but I'm getting a little excited, anxious, and nervous. But those are all good things, and I can't wait to share my experience. And
Did you say share? Ah, share's the word of the day.
it is. I love a
Yeah.
little Kiwi. I love
Ah. Yeah,
a
that's right.
little Pee Wee reference.
Yes. But no, yeah, I'm excited for your trip, dude. That's awesome. It's really cool. You're gonna see a lot of shit, a lot of America. Gonna be a lot of cool window cleaners. It's gonna be awesome. And we're gonna
Yeah,
follow
and
along. So post
I
up,
I I can't wait, dude.
sure.
And Deeds, I think we're still figuring out a day, or it obviously we have to play it by ear, scheduling all this stuff, and it's still 4 weeks away, I guess, from about when you and I have talked about linking up or something like that. But let's keep
The
the
rest of you.
schedules in mind and see if we can't do something and lock
Yeah,
it in.
I got a Southwest sale going on right now, 30% off. So I'll check it out this morning about Denver dates and see what's up there.
Yeah, I
And
think I land. I think I land in D Town on the 12th or 13th of June.
mhm.
Um, my son is going to be there from the 13th to the 25th. I had planned
That's
on
cool.
being there from the 12th to the 20th or so, but I may
Mhm.
even push it out a little farther. So I kind of got the okay from the boss, and she's like, "Whatever, dude." She thinks I'm going to be gone for a month, so I might as well be gone for a month, I guess.
Bite it all off, chew it all up, and deal with the consequences the next morning.
Yeah, ask for forgive or what is the
It's
saying?
better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that
she
guy wasn't
basically
married and had said,
yeah. She basically already gave me permission, so we're good to go.
you just got to
Ah,
pay it forward and give it back to her. Make it up to her. Make it
that's
work.
the
Make it a good trip. Do some cool shit.
come home with a bunch of great stories and a bunch of little knickknacks from all these little stops, and we'll be good to go. So
Yep,
I know,
tchotchkes.
yeah, I know that I was told yesterday that I need to stop in Maryland and get a lobster roll. That'll definitely be something I do.
Crab
Um,
cakes and she
crab
crab soup.
crab cakes and lobster rolls. The lady, one of my clients yesterday, Marcia, told me you need to stop and don't stop in some dump. Get somewhere good. It's gonna cost you $40 for two of them, but da 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 da. I'm like, hey man, whatever.
1650, 1950. She's right. They're delicious. But yeah, she crab soup is really good. It's like, well, maybe not, but you'll look into that. You'll get a lot of shits if you're eating a lot of oysters and a lot of crab. It's delicious, and it's cheaper there than anywhere in America. Go figure. You're in Chesapeake Bay. When in Chesapeake, eat the bay. Hey, don't you say? You just may eat it today.
Hey,
No
what
way.
time is it, Deeds?
It's time for me to go now.
Okay, I was just I was trying to keep track on the tablet and keep up to if people popped in or popped out, and so I didn't have the time on the
Not a
screen.
problem. No,
I
I'm
do
good.
see it is 6:04, and you're about ready to go hop in the chair and take care of some business. Uh, I'm about ready to go get some socks and shoes on and start our day. Get the kid off to school, go kick some ass and kick some glass.
Take some
You know,
names.
yeah,
Yeah.
kick some ass and take some names and go take that meeting.
Cool.
I want to
Don't
say,
forget to change your rubbers today.
yeah, I was just gonna say, I want to say thank you again to you for your patience, for getting all this stuff going on. Don't forget to change your rubbers. I hope everybody's passion buckets are still full and maybe overflowing. And if not, let's talk about it. Um,
Turn on the spigot.
Friday, Friday, a little earlier, yeah.
Yeah, a lot earlier. Yeah, we'll get
Okay.
it go live 7:15 Central. No, 7:15 Eastern, 6:15 Central Mountain Time. It could be early for you, but we'll get it done.
Yeah, and I'm gonna drive up to Payson and go see our friends Bob and Mike Ferguson with Pain in the Glass up in Payson, Arizona. So
Awesome.
we'll let everybody get out of here. I appreciate you. Shout outs to WCR, shout outs to Zero. Kaylee, you are an awesome wing person, wing woman. Keep doing what
Buffalo
you do.
Wings. Good
I
job,
love you some
everybody.
Buffalo Wings.
Thanks
Have,
for watching, everybody.
have a great day, guys.
Have a good morning. Beep bop. Doop deep.
Boop.
And hold on. Let's end that. We're going to stop the recording, and we should be unlived.